Listen to this.
If you get this one thing wrong while practicing your magic, it could completely unravel your life. At least 80 to 90% of most people's practices are made up from something that they heard from somebody else. Either somebody else's experience or what somebody else read in a book, and now they're just parroting that information as though it's gospel. If you don't use black salt, this could happen. If you don't do that right, that could happen. Listen to me carefully when I tell you this. Not all superstition is true. Some of it is just superstition. Reminds me of the story of the Christmas ham. The girl's cutting the ends off the ham, preparing it in the oven, getting ready to cook for the family because everybody's over for Christmas. And she asked her mom, who's in the kitchen with her, Mom, why do we cut the ends off the ham? She said, I don't know. Ask your grandma. That's the way I always grew up doing it. She goes and asks her grandmother, Grandma, why do we cut the ends off the ham? And her grandma laughs and says, Oh, back when your grandpa and I got married, we moved into our first little apartment. Our oven was so small that you had to cut the ends off the ham just to make it fit. And for some reason, I just kept doing it. And a lot of magical practice is practiced this way just because somebody else has been doing it, or they read it in some book with some author who probably just made it up. Who knows? What I'm telling you is to think for yourself and really feel into this and use your intuition on it. Use your critical thought. Oh no, you can't have an altar to your ancestors in your bedroom. They will get mad at you and make your life hell. Says who? Who does that come from? Who does that come from? Have you done it? If you have not done that and experienced it, then you have no experience to go off of. You're going off of complete blind faith, which is the very thing we've been trying to get away from, right? Even worse than blind faith is superstition. In fact, maybe superstition is just blind faith in something. I don't know. A magician is one who masters their own mind rather than having their mind be the master of them. Somebody once said it's best to wear gloves when you're handling sympathetic magic, magic that is linked to somebody else, quantumly entangled, because you don't want to get your own DNA and stuff mixed off in that. I didn't wear gloves. I'm like that. A few days later, I ended up coming down with diarrhea. It wasn't pleasant. Coincidence? Maybe so, maybe not. But I still tested it. Now I wear gloves, just to be safe. You know what else I do? I also test just about everything else out there, unless it makes complete sense, just to go with it. In that case, I'm like, well, that does make sense logically to me, that makes sense spiritually to me, and that resonates with my intuition. It does not sound like made up bullshit. Ultimately, at the end of the day, your mind is reality itself. I'll let you simmer in that. And what you make real in your mind will eventually be real in your world. So it could be possible that some of these superstitions are becoming reality to you because you're creating them as reality. You are solidifying and crystallizing them as reality itself. Now back to my first point at the beginning of this video. The most dangerous thing you can do in magic that can unravel your entire life is to blindly and with paranoia believe every little superstitious thing that you come across. Believe every little author. Believe every practitioner, what they say as gospel, and take it at face value. Because I promise you, it's not. Either test it yourself or use your own critical thinking skills. And I promise your life is going to get a whole lot better.
The best thing you can do is to be eccentric. Choose what fits you. Your intuition will let you know what magic will fit you. Be a leader. Don't be a follower, especially for what's coming that shows weakness. Be a leader. Stop following people. Nobody's going to save you but yourself. Remember that. Eccentric means you choose the path of magic you want. It's simple as that. Stop believing in myths and stories and stuff. People make their own traditions. And sometimes it's out of nothing. It's not even magical. And then people make it up, adding more crap to it to make it sound negative, when it really isn't. You choose what fits you. Go with what your soul tells you, your intuition, your gut feeling, your heart. It knows. It knows what is good for you without doing harm to anyone, unless you're in a situation, life or death situation. That's a different story. But to be harming people just to harm, that's no empathy, no compassion or love right there. That is not what magic is for. Magic can be used in battles. When you're trying to terminate malevolency, that's when you can use the negative part of the magic. Otherwise, you ain't got no business, by universal law, to be hurting anybody. It will backfire on you. Because we're not here to hurt. We're here to contain. We're here to send away where they belong. That's what we're here for. So be eccentric. You choose the path you want. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. Don't let nobody help you choose. Wrong. Don't let anybody force you to be who you don't want to be. Everybody is different. You have gone through lifetime after lifetime. You know what fits you. Your soul does. Listen to your soul. And I don't care who you are, want to sit there and backlash about magic and all that. You religious people use magic every day. Every day. You pray. That's magic. Spells. You're casting spells when you pray. Every time you cook, you use herbs and spices. That's magic. That's magic that's been used for a millennium. Don't sit there and act like you're fucking innocent, because you're not. Everybody uses magic in some way, shape, or form. I don't care how religious you are. You're using it. If you don't like it, don't add spices to your food. You don't like magic and spell casting? Then don't pray. As simple as that. You people be careful what you believe in, and stop being a follower. Be a leader. Don't show yourself being weak, following people just because they're popular, they're famous or whatever. Be famous on your own. You don't need nobody's validation. You don't need nobody to say, oh, you're great, you're this. You should already know that. You should look in the mirror and say you are great. You don't need nobody to tell you that. You don't need anybody to validate not a goddamn thing. Stop looking for that fucking attention. It's not going to get you nowhere. The only attention you're going to get is from the dark side. Negative people. Agents of the system. NPCs. All the dirty people that do shit online. That's all you're going to get. Be a leader. Choose your own path. Choose your own magic. Very simple.